Hello guys, thanks for joining my channel. Today I've come up with the topic that is reasons why relationships fail. The reasons because relationships fail are very much genuine and very much many times difficult to sort out. So here I will make you understand what are the reasons, what are the specific reasons that we many times overlook and don't understand, and we kind of fail to understand to maintain the relationships and where the problems are coming. Like you can take for example then husband and wife, they are maintaining their marriage for 10 years 15 years, and after that suddenly they may think to get separated. So here the reason is that this is not a impulse decision. This is a decision they have been making from years, and they have been thinking in their own mind individually, and suddenly the explosion happens with some emotional disclosement or some emotional problems. It may come out through frustrations. So this always happens because of there is lacking on understanding. So understanding is the main important thing in a relationship. Both the couples need to understand each other, try to understand their perspectives. Both are different human beings, so it's obvious that their perspective of life would be different, their environment, they come from different families, therefore their thinking process would be different, their beliefs would be different, their way of looking at, way of taking things, dealing with things may be different. So here the best thing is that to be understanding, to talk to each other, to be more open to each other, to understand each other's problem, and this needs discussion. There has to be some time for each other to understand each other, to discuss each other's problems and whatever going on in their life. Many times what happens, their ego comes in between. Maybe the husband or the wife is very egoistic and they think that the other person is as their life partner and need to understand them. So it's their right that the person should understand. This quality should be there to maintain this relationship. Means they feel that this is important, this they have to do, and hence this becomes a pressure on the other person. Maybe they have a different kind of mentality, and thus they are not able to cooperate with the person or not able to speak out whatever they feel like. So there has to be a free nature, or open mind attitude. If you have that open mind attitude, you can try, you can talk on over everything, whether you accept it or not, but you can talk to understand each other. You can talk over with on your problems, difficulties in life, whatever you are not able to cooperate with your each other, whatever things you are not liking, your dislikes, your beliefs, everything you can discuss on with each other. So this way the problems may be sorted out. So next thing is why relationships generally fail is that we expect too much. The too much expectation, because many a times we think our thinking process or our thoughts get into imaginary imaginary world, and thus our expectation become irrational. So we need to be more realistic and try to understand the other person, in that whatever we are expecting from that person, maybe it's very difficult for him to fulfill, and we need to understand the perspective of life, the various angles and problems of life. We should understand life from various aspects. If we fail to understand, we should take help of our partners. Many times the problem is that communication doesn't happen. Communication is really important, whatever it may be, and we need to have an open mind to understand each other. Because if you have an open mind, you can accept new ideas. Even if you don't accept, you can at least listen to ideas. You can communicate that to sort out the problems. And most of the time the thing is that relationships are based on give and take. People think that give and take is the most important thing, but no. Emotional attachment, unless you both don't have an emotional attachment, bonding relationship may not last forever. So emotional attachment is really important in every kind of relationship. So if you're husband, wife, or couples, when we talk about, so emotional attachment is very important. But emotional bonding, to understand each other as friends. So first of all, we should not take each other as a husband, wife. First of all, we should take it as ourselves, good human beings, and then friendship. If the friendship is developed, relationship is won 90%. The base of relationship, the root of relationship is standing on your trust. So trust is really important to have on each other. So building this trust, you need to communicate, discuss, and be understanding. And once you follow all these points, your expectation immediately gets to its real shape, because unrealistic expectations brings problem within the relationships, brings conflict within the relationships, hence relationships turn off, and this way couples get separated. And these are the major issues that I have discussed. So please friends, you will try to get to my video and try to understand these points, and I hope it would help. If people out there are struggling with relationships, please do follow these points and try to cooperate with each other and understand each other, and then you comment me if you have any problem. Here I am to solve this. Thank you friends. Bye bye.